Hey there. Thanks for joining me for this audio summary of Atomic Habits by James Clear. Whether you're looking to improve your productivity, boost your health, or simply become a better version of yourself, this book has some truly life-changing ideas. Small changes, remarkable results. Imagine this. You're flying from Los Angeles to New York, and the pilot shifts the plane's nose by just a couple of degrees, barely noticeable. Instead of landing in New York, you end up in Washington, D.C. That's the power of small changes over time. James Clear opens Atomic Habits with this idea that tiny adjustments to our daily behavior, even just 1% better each day, can transform our lives in extraordinary ways. Habits are the building blocks of your life. What you repeat, you become. And what you change, you can reshape. Clear's message is hopeful. You don't need a massive overhaul, just small, steady improvements. This book isn't about willpower or giant goals. It's about systems, practical ways to make good habits easy and bad habits hard. Why tiny habits make a big difference. Think of your habits like compound interest. Just as money multiplies through interest, your habits multiply through repetition. A single push-up might not transform you. Reading one page of a book doesn't make you smart overnight. But when those small acts are repeated, the effects compound. Clear calls this the plateau of latent potential. Picture a block of ice sitting in a cold room. The temperature rises slowly, 25 degrees, 26 degrees, 27 degrees, no change. Then at 32 degrees, the ice begins to melt. The change looks sudden, but it was building all along. That's how habits work. Invisible progress, then visible transformation. The lesson? Don't quit just because you don't see results yet. Change happens gradually, then all at once. Forget goals, focus on systems. Here's where things get interesting. Most people set goals, lose 20 pounds, write a book, make $100,000 a year. But Clear flips the script. Goals are useful for direction, but systems are what get you there. Think of it like this. A goal is the scoreboard. A system is how you play the game. If you're a coach, your goal might be to win the championship. But your system, how the team trains, eats, and strategizes, determines whether you win. When you focus only on the goal, you feel like a failure until you reach it. When you focus on the system, you can succeed every day you show up. And here's the kicker. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Most people try to change their habits by focusing on what they want to achieve. Clear says, flip that too. Instead of, what do I want to achieve? Ask, who do I want to become? Let's say you're trying to quit smoking. Two people are offered a cigarette. One says, no thanks, I'm trying to quit. The other says, no thanks, I'm not a smoker. The difference? Identity. The first still clings to their old story. The second has rewritten theirs. Every time you perform a habit, you're voting for the kind of person you believe yourself to be. Reading once doesn't make you a reader. But if you keep showing up with a book, you're collecting votes for that identity. So ask yourself, what would a healthy person do? What would a calm person do? What would a writer do? Then act accordingly. Small wins solidify your new identity. The 4 laws of behavior change. At the heart of Atomic Habits are 4 simple steps. Clear calls them the 4 laws of behavior change. They make or break every habit. 1. Cue. Triggers your brain to initiate a behavior. 2. Craving. The motivation behind the habit. 3. Response. The actual behavior. 4. Reward. The benefit that reinforces it. To build good habits, make them obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying. To break bad ones, flip those laws. Make them invisible, unattractive, hard, and unsatisfying. Let's walk through each one. Law number 1. Make it obvious. Our habits are often invisible autopilot routines. The first step is to see them clearly. Try this exercise. Write down your daily habits from waking up to going to bed and label each as positive, negative, or neutral. That's your habit scorecard. Simply noticing your actions helps you catch them before they catch you. Implementation intentions are another tool. A simple formula that says, I will, behavior, at time, location. For example, I will meditate for 1 minute after I pour my morning coffee. It takes the guesswork out of when and how a habit will happen. And then there's habit stacking. This is like piggybacking. You attach a new habit onto an existing one. After I brush my teeth, I'll floss one tooth. After I check my emails, I'll write one line of my project. You use your current habits as anchors for new ones. And environment? That's the master cue. Your surroundings silently guide your behavior. If you want to eat better, make fruit the first thing you see on the counter. If you want to watch television less, unplug it or move the remote. You don't need more motivation. You need fewer triggers for bad habits and more visual reminders for good ones. Law number 2, make it attractive. Every habit begins with a craving. We don't smoke because we love nicotine. We crave the calm we think it gives us. We don't check our phones because of curiosity alone. It's the hit of connection or validation we want. To build habits you'll actually stick with, you need to make them appealing. Clear introduces a trick called temptation bundling. Pair something you need to do with something you want to do. For instance, watch your favorite show only while running on the treadmill, or listen to your favorite podcast only while cleaning. You can also use the power of social influence. We mimic the habits of 3 groups: the close, friends and family, the many, the tribe, and the powerful, those we admire. So if you want to grow, surround yourself with people who embody the habits you want. You tend to rise or fall to the level of your peers. Law number 3, make it easy. Here's a comforting truth. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start. Habits form through action, not motion. A group of photography students once got divided into 2 teams. One group was graded on quantity, take as many photos as possible. The other group was graded on quality, produce just one perfect photo. By the end, the quantity group actually produced better photos. Why? They got more practice and learned through doing. Perfectionism kills progress. Repetition builds it. So, make good habits frictionless. Reduce the steps between you and the behavior. Lay out your workout clothes the night before. Prep veggies ahead of time. For bad habits, do the opposite. Add friction. Hide the snack jar. Log out of social media. Put your phone in another room. And adopt the 2-minute rule. When you start a new habit, make it so easy it takes under 2 minutes. Go for a run becomes put on running shoes. Read before bed becomes open the book. When it feels easy to start, you'll start more often, and that's what matters. Master the art of showing up. Law number 4, make it satisfying. Our brains love instant gratification. Unfortunately, most good habits have a delayed reward. Exercise feels painful now, but healthy later. Bad habits flip that. Pleasure now, pain later. So the trick is to make good habits instantly rewarding. Put a check mark on your calendar every day you complete your habit. Watch the chain grow. Humans love streaks. If you're saving money, move cash to a visible jar or track progress with a satisfying progress bar. For bad habits, make them immediately unsatisfying. Have an accountability partner, someone who holds you to your word. You skip a workout, you owe $10 to charity. The point isn't punishment, it's immediate feedback. And never miss twice. Life happens. You'll slip. Everyone does. Just don't let a missed day become a new pattern. Break the streak while it's small. Advanced tactics, the Goldilocks rule. Once your habits are established, you'll want to keep them interesting. The Goldilocks rule says humans stay motivated when working on tasks that are just right, not too easy, not too hard. If lifting 10 pounds is too easy, add a little. If running 10 miles is too painful, scale back. Keep yourself just at the edge of your comfort zone, the flow state, where challenge matches skill. Habits should grow with you. You don't want to master boredom, but you will need to stay consistent through it. The best athletes, artists, and professionals aren't the most passionate every day. They're consistent even when motivation dips. The truth about success. James Clear emphasizes that success is not a one-time transformation. It's a lifestyle. When you keep showing up, good habits become part of your identity. You no longer try to eat healthy. You simply are the kind of person who does. You no longer force yourself to write. You just act like a writer. That's real change, from identity outward, not from discipline inward. And even when your systems work, keep refining them. Habits can both help and trap you. If you're not careful, routines can become ruts. So now and then, pause to ask, is this habit still serving the person I want to be? Real-world examples. Clear sprinkles real-life success stories throughout the book. A British cycling team that went from mediocre to Olympic champions by focusing on 1% improvements, better bike seats, cleaner tires, even painted vans white to spot dust. Those atomic improvements compounded into historic wins. A man who lost over 100 pounds simply by going to the gym for 5 minutes a day. He built the identity of someone who never misses a workout. The progress followed naturally. A writer who committed to writing 1 sentence a day, tiny but non-negotiable. Years later, that discipline built a career. Small, consistent actions, done with intention, outperform grand but fleeting efforts. Putting it all together. So, let's zoom out. To build better habits, make it obvious. Design your environment for success. Make it attractive. Link habits with pleasure and people. Make it easy. Start simple. Reduce friction. Make it satisfying. Reward your progress in the moment. To break bad ones, make them invisible, unattractive, difficult, and unsatisfying. Then root your habits in identity. Ask not what you want to achieve, but who you want to become. The power of tiny changes. Let's end where we began. Big transformations rarely happen overnight. They're the sum of tiny victories repeated daily. Every small decision compounds. Brushing your teeth once does nothing, but daily brushing prevents cavities. Reading 1 page doesn't educate you, but reading each day builds wisdom. Showing up on time once changes nothing, but showing up consistently changes how others see you. You don't need radical motivation or perfect plans, just small, steady action in the direction of your chosen identity. Remember, habits are the invisible architecture of everyday life. When you master your habits, you master your future. In James Clear's words, you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Build better systems and watch your life quietly, steadily transform. That's the heart of Atomic Habits, a book not about who you could be someday, but who you can start becoming today, one small choice at a time. After all, the tiniest atom holds enormous power. So why not harness yours?